Speak on it. Reppin' KC till I die. We been to town. You know Westport to 18 and fine. It's going down. We support the town. We don't hate. That's not allowed. We just on the come up like the next man on the come up. Two hoes. Mr. Fisher kicking back with Fatty Reggie. Whenever they show up on the scene, you know they ready. Ed in the background. You don't really see his face. He the man with the plan on the move every day. If you got something to say, come speak on it. Come speak on it. Happy little thing. We be on it. If you ain't heard of us, get up on it, get up on it. We do our promotion, come be on it, come be on it. If you got something to say, come speak on it, come speak on it. Happy little thing, we be on it, we be on it. If you ain't heard of us, get up on it, get up on it. We do our promotion, come be on it, come be on it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Fatty Reggie.
It's your boy, Mr. Fisher.
And we got two special guests in the building. We have Robert Mckay, and we also have Dr.Tamela Ross in the building with us.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Pretty good. I'm feeling
Thanks for
great.
having us.
You know, it is, we are on our way to the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Indeed.
We go ahead and knock that out first.
Yeah, we're on our way to the
first.
Super Bowl. Let's start
Let's
there.
start
You know,
there.
shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Shout out.
to
Shout
Patrick
out.
Mahomes, Andy Reid,
Yes, sir.
the Hunt family.
Yes, sir.
Listen, we appreciate the energy that y'all have invested into the city, and we glad we're on our way to the Super Bowl. We're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a
Indeed.
long time coming. A long time coming.
Win
One of the
that
elders at the table can tell us how long it's been.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
50 years.
Man. So
Salute.
this is monumental for Kansas City. We're happy to be here. We're happy to be witnessing this greatness. And I got high expectations for the next few years ahead. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna lie. If you keep this
Yeah.
bread and butter together,
Yeah.
it'll keep making
We,
good toast for a while.
We about to be the new dynasty.
You hear
There
me?
you go. 'Cause I see 6 or 7
But
rings.
yeah, I see some rings coming.
With
I
that
see
being
some multiple
said,
rings coming. Yeah.
with that being said, though, we had a great season.
Yes.
And we've seen so much.
Great job.
And with all of us watching, everybody's been tuning in.
That's right.
Unfortunately, we had some things happen yesterday in the city after the victory that really touched the hearts of a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, it touched
Yeah.
the heart of the city. And I want to talk on that as well as, we got a few questions for you all individually. Let's start with that. Steve, how did it affect you?
It saddens me because as a city, we waited for this for so long, and then the first moment of opportunity that we all get to experience it together, we show out, we show our ass as usual. And me personally, I'm tired of it, and I kind of knew it was going to happen because, unfortunately, that's Kansas City. You know, we can't never have nothing good without something bad happening. And my heart does go out to everybody that was there, the witnesses there, the people that actually got
Yes.
hurt in there, everybody that was there. You know, it was a scary scene. And me personally, I wouldn't have went out anyway, but
Yeah.
that's just me. That's how it affected me. How about what did it do for you?
What it do for me? I'm sick of the shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real blunt. I don't know the whole story. It's a lot to it.
Yes.
But we specifically talking about the incident that happened at that nightclub. However, there
Club
was stuff that happened
9.
all over the city.
Oh, yeah.
There was stuff that happened over
Yeah,
the city,
all over
and
the city.
I'm just sick of the bullshit. You know, we have an opportunity to show greatness.
Yeah.
It's not like we've been winning forever. It's not like we've been on the map forever, even though we're right here in the part of the United States. I'm sick of the bullshit. I think
Yeah.
it's time to change the mentality.
Absolutely.
Change that killer city mentality.
Yeah.
It's time to change that.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever thought that was the way to go and that was the way that we wanted to represent this city, I don't know why everybody flocked to that, but it's
Yeah.
about time to change that.
And you notice they
absolutely.
never did that when the Royals won.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They didn't.
Right.
I don't think
Different
anybody got shot.
demographic. I mean, I guess
know
more
it's a different
people like the
crowd.
football,
Yeah, of
you
course.
know?
And I told people that too. I was like, it's gonna be a heavier crowd on the Chiefs if the Chiefs
Heavier
get there
crowd.
because
Yeah.
they're gonna show out when the Chiefs win.
Yeah.
I'm like, the Royals is good, even though I love my Royals too. But people want to see the Chiefs win. You know, they got there.
long
and then,
time coming.
And it also says to me like our first moment of opportunity to show that we have class. We failed miserably.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
failed. How did it affect you, Miss Ross?
You know, it had my stomach in knots. I was very, very disappointed. A lot of lives were affected, the families. The young man, I'm sure he left behind children and, their mother to raise them alone.
And
And
somebody
so-
loved him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
loved him too.
Yeah,
It was still
it's
somebody's
very
son.
sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Man. For me, it's kind of like the highest level of immaturity I've seen in many, many years, and it's become the new norm.
Yeah.
Immaturity has become the new norm for a lot of people, and this is a problem for a number of reasons. As much as we had to celebrate, and we needed to make the national news,
Yeah.
it did not need to be followed by that. And then 4 hours ago, there was another shooting.
Was he?
I ain't even heard about
80th and James A. Reed Road, or someone like that.
Oh, I did hear.
Nobody wants to say Pookie is their cousin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pookie
yes.
is their baby daddy.
Yeah.
Pookie is their nephew.
Yeah.
Pookie is their grandson.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Pookie. I mean,
Yeah.
we're making justifications and we're pointing fingers, but we're not holding ourselves accountable for what we're doing, for the hate that we're showing, whether we're not showing him enough love at home.
Yeah.
Something's bigger than the story. Something is bigger than what happened. That was a
Yeah.
reaction to a lot of stuff that man had
Yeah.
Mental
going
health.
on.
Yeah.
And, and we got to start
we won't be
addressing that.
doing it again.
Oh, yeah.
We got to start addressing
Because
that.
you know the security guard killed him, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
that's not
he
even
killed
being.
the security
We're
guard.
stuck on that, but the young man who did it is gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, two
Not
people
here to tell
gone.
his story.
Yeah. That's sad.
It's not like we got to go out there and look for the killer. The killer was taken care
Yeah,
of.
the killer was
Ain't that what
taken care
y'all
of.
want?
Yeah, that's what
Technically?
technically.
Is that what y'all want?
Technically.
That particular one there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's many more.
yes.
That particular one there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But what about the other ones?
It's
Yeah.
just all
Too many
around
to
sad
count.
situation.
Too many to count.
Yeah.
It's just all around sad, you know. It shouldn't have happened, but it did.
It did. I mean, but that's the mentality of the people, and we're letting it just. It shouldn't have happened, but it did.
Yeah.
We gotta break that somehow, some way. I mean, and the hate you give little infants fucks everybody. That's what
yeah.
Tupac said. Thug life. The hate you give little infants fucks everybody.
Yes.
The hate you instill in a child, whether it's lack of love, lack of affection, at an early age, is going to ultimately be the downfall of your community.
Absolutely.
Whether the kid got ADHD, it don't matter. Too much love, it don't matter. You have to affect the youth at a young age because they're going to grow up and eventually be adults.
Right.
They're going to eventually be old enough to get a gun, legal or illegal.
Yes.
Legal or
Legal
illegal.
or
They're
illegal.
going to ultimately get old enough to do things and make their own decisions,
Yeah.
good or bad, and then the community is affected by it.
Yeah.
This is a tough topic. This is a tough one, but I felt like we needed to do it.
It has to be
YouTube
said.
family, we love
Yeah.
y'all, but I wanted to tap in on this specifically because it needs to be talked
It
about.
needs to be talked
does.
about.
The dynamic of our people, the fact that you could be driving down the highway,
Yeah.
And
you could be driving down the highway, and somebody cut you off, and the first reaction is to shoot you,
Right.
not knowing if it's
Yeah.
kids in the car, not knowing if
Nothing.
it's a man, woman, it's an elderly person. That elderly person don't have nobody else to drive them around.
Right.
They bad. They sorry. It's an
Yeah.
accident. You know.
It's
I
life.
just really
It's
want to
life.
touch in on stuff like conflict resolution. Like we too cool for conflict resolution. The alleged story that happened with that young man is something happened in the club. He must have gotten beat up. Something happened, and he came back, and now.
I remember, it was killings going on, but I remember they used to wait. They would watch them. They wait till their families and their kids and the wives or girlfriends go in the house, and then they go after the guy.
Yeah.
Now they don't care. They're just in a rage, and it's sad.
It's sad.
And we have to take that back. In other communities, they are not ashamed to say, I'm going to a therapist. Little Timmy has ADHD and he's on Prozac and we got him on this different medication. But in our community, you just pray for him. Go get the anointed oil and put it on him and he's going to be okay because we gave it to God. We put it in the hands of the Lord. No.
Right.
Don't work that way.
No,
Don't
that's-
work
It
that
don't,
way.
it don't
it
work
does
that way.
not.
It don't work that
Yeah.
way.
And there's been enough scientists and research for this.
Oh,
And they got solutions for you now. It's death or jail, or you can go talk to somebody and get through your problems. I met Dr. Ross by, I seen a post. I had a friend who had a post and was just looking for a counselor, but it was a woman. It was a woman, so I was all on that post. You know how some people be like, "Yep, follow," because you want to get the responses. So I got a lot of doctors, but Dr. Ross has kind of stuck to me because obviously she sees my social media, but I'm sure she's able to dissect what she sees by people's social media. People say this ain't me. My social media ain't me. It is all you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's all you.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's all you. My
Yes,
social
yes,
media
it
is all
is.
me. Now you may need to. It's how you interpret it is how you interpret it. I can't, control that. But my social media is me. I'm funny. I'm charismatic. I'm gonna give you some drop dead funny. I'm gonna give you some drop dead serious.
And raw.
You have to be in raw and
Don't forget
uncut.
to say that.
And you have to be
There you
able
go.
to dissect it. You got to be able to tell when I'm serious
Yeah.
and when I'm joking. That's
Yeah.
not up to me. I shouldn't have to put LOL on
Yeah.
each stat.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I shouldn't have to, but unfortunately,
Unfortunately, you
I
got
be having to make it clear for some people. It's not my fault, but I think the mental health, we have to tap in on that. We have to
We do.
start showing emotion. We have to reach out and help and ask for help. The same way with with Mr. Mckay. That man saved my life. I think I was a knucklehead from Chicago. I wasn't a nappy-headed little boy. I was a clean-cut little boy that was just as bad as the nappy-headed little boy.
Just a bad
And
little
Mr.
boy.
McKay was like young, clean-cut young man. Why are you wasting yourself? Why are
Yeah.
you wasting your talent? And I said, I don't know. And then so he said, well, if you don't know, again, why are you wasting your talent?
As smart as you are.
Well, damn, I am smart. Well, damn, why am I wasting my talent? So if I can do it, anybody can do it. You need to find something that you're passionate about and just believe in it enough to watch it manifest. Find some business.
Put that energy in.
Yeah.
Find you some business.
Get a life.
Put that
Get a real life.
energy
Oh,
in.
You sound
knucklehead
like-
little boy.
You sound like that old
Knucklehead
parent.
grown man. I
You sound
do.
like that old parent.
That's
Boy,
good.
go
That
get you
means
some
I'm
business.
growing right.
Yeah, you
that
doing
means I'm
it
growing
right.
right. If I sound like what was told to me, because
I heard
what we
that
were
all the
also
time.
talking about before we started the cast was, he met me at the age that I am now. So if I'm not moving and acting like the man that was able to reflect and influence my life, so I can influence another life, then what am I doing?
But let's clarify that a little bit. Because when I met you, I think I was teaching in the 3rd or 4th grade. I was 3rd or 4th grade teacher at that time.
Yeah.
And you was a student.
You came in as a substitute. We was looking at you like, where's our teacher? He was like, your teacher ain't here. I'm here.
I'm
Deal
teaching
with
today.
it. And we was like, I mean, you always made sense, and that's how you gotta attack a child.
Yeah.
Make sense.
I'm gonna make you think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Right.
Oh, okay. And that's how you was able to reach me and so many other youth.
This is critical.
That's good, man.
The reason
That's real
the
good.
reason I wanted to talk about that just a little bit is because this relationship, not just between me and Reggie, his mother, his grandmother,
Okay.
my family,
Yeah.
it goes back now almost 20 years, if not more.
20 plus.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
But we made that connection back then, and we were able to without getting in any trouble. You say something to somebody's kid now, and you're probably
you can't
going to
say
jail.
nothing to 'em. Oh, you can't say nothing to 'em. They coming to the door and justifying
That's the
wrong.
issue too.
They coming to your door justifying what was done.
And we cannot
That was
overcome
wrong.
these types of injustices
yeah.
With
and
your
infringements.
parents.
So when I think about the stuff that went on, what you said earlier about the research is clear. The research has always been clear.
Yep.
There's a fundamental disconnect with the scholarly community and the political leaders in any given city, state, or county. There's a fundamental disconnect. And that fundamental disconnect is one of the primary sources of the entire problem of the mental health, of the prison situation, of the homeless situation, of the reentry situation, of the division. You go to a block now and you got 9 lots and 2 houses.
Oh yeah.
Yes. You show them that. So mentally you beat them. You beat them mentally before they even have an opportunity in life.
Oh yeah.
And what you said earlier was that all these problems, and what you said too earlier, Doc, was all these problems, and they are compounded. They're not going nowhere. They're not being addressed, but they compounded just like this fist. And that fist is still trying to get tighter and tighter and tighter. And then eventually that individual got to get this release off.
Yeah.
And this is what we end up with what happened yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just one example. And so forth and so forth. But the question was raised, what is mental health? It's your current state of mind and all these things that are compounded at the same time,
Yep.
whether they're addressed or not, like you indicated.
Bills. Social
Yeah.
media.
Life.
Social media, you have to add social media. Well, and that's interesting because either you in it or you not.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a lot of people that I know that don't mess with social media and are not affected by social media, don't care about social media,
At all.
won't be affected by
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I know
So,
some
so
people
social
like
media
that.
is irrelevant to them. But for a lot of us, yeah, social media is a big part of
Oh,
our
yeah.
life, man.
Oh,
Social
yeah.
media is a big part of my life, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
There ain't no going back for me. Social media is a part of my life.
Oh yeah.
And if I didn't have tough skin, maybe I wouldn't. But I had to find out how to use social media for good.
For good. Because
I
I make
had
a lot
to.
of money off social media.
Man, social
Come on.
media can be
Okay, a lot.
yeah.
It can be what you make it.
I
It
manifest
can be what you want. Yeah,
A lot,
exactly.
a lot.
But I mean, I guess it's ultimately about what you want. But like you said, if you continuing to take on all of these burdens, a lot of men my age, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. A lot of men my age are having battles with just trying to be the fathers that their fathers weren't.
Oh yeah.
Trying to
that's
be
a
the
big
father
issue.
that your father was not is a burden within itself.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have a blueprint, yet I know that I should do better than the one who raised me. But guess what? My daughter's mother didn't have a father either, so she don't know what that's supposed to be like. So she's not going to give me the benefit of the doubt. She's just going to continue to request more. She just wants more.
I think you made a post about that
I
one
probably
time.
did.
And we were kind of talking about that, how a lot goes on with accountability. But how we have broken men and broken women come together, they're both broken, and then they create a child.
A lot of times, in my opinion, I think a lot of times women feel like they can heal a man.
No.
And a lot of times, I feel like men are just trying to figure it out. We just trying to figure it out. It's hard. I mean, it's hard. But women have mom most of the time. So they have, whether mom was good or bad, they have an example.
Right.
When a man doesn't have an example at
Good
all,
point.
that is the hardest thing to do.
Sometimes you can tell and sometimes you can't. But for your circle, be accountable. You know there's something wrong with homeboy, vice versa. You know there's something. You know y'all together enough to know.
So, you know,
Yeah.
Hey, hey, what's up? What's going on? Let's talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it with me, let's go get you some help. We have got to start being more accountable.
Don't tell me I'm cute. Tell me you believe in me and invest in my business. That's
Yeah.
yeah. See, even Steve, but it's twofold for me.
It is.
It's twofold for me. I'm like, don't tell you you're pretty. Well, I need to tell you you're pretty.
I mean, you do.
Because women, regardless of if they telling you or not,
We need
I've had enough
reassurance.
experience with them.
We
Yeah,
need
But some-
they
but
need
some-
it.
Okay.
but some
They
women-
need it.
I know, but some of them are tired of hearing they do.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yes.
Just depends.
Yeah,
They might be
they
tired
do.
of hearing
That's
it
why
from
I
different
said- that's
men,
what
but
I
if they
said,
hearing it
some
from the
of
man that they
From the
love
right
every
man.
day,
Yeah.
And that's
That's
what
what
I
I'm saying.
think
That's
that
what
was
I'm
more about.
Okay.
That,
Okay. So that-
don't
like
take
a-
that one too personal.
Yeah.
don't take that.
Because,
Okay.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
you should.
I don't take it non-personal. It's just it's
Yeah.
stuff that makes me
Because a lot
think.
of
It was
men,
like-
they
it's
do
basically
that.
it's like look past the bigger picture. We
Yeah, I want
trying
you to
do
believe
something
in me.
here, you
Let's
know what I'm saying?
elevate.
Right
Yeah,
on.
he's like that.
Right
I can
on.
be fine.
I'm with that.
I can be
I'm
fine
with that.
as a
So we
motherfucker,
okay.
you know,
Shout
just
out to
being
that
clear.
one.
Yeah.
Shout out to
being
that one.
clear, straight up.
Okay.
I don't care how good a man is to me. I'm gonna always make sure I can hold my own.
I love that one.
That's
I can see where you feel a little bothered by it. But you know what? There are a lot of women that sit on their butts all day and don't work. And they got this man taking care of them, taking care of the household.
yeah.
And that's running the man down.
I was
Yeah,
at
'cause
So
he
when
could
the
leave
next
tomorrow,
woman
and
come
she could be
along,
stuck.
you know,
I was at the barbershop the other day, and the young man was in his chair talking about how he takes care of home. He's been working at UPS for 8 years. I think they got maybe 4 kids together. And she out creeping. She don't
Yeah.
work. She out
No.
creeping. She got time to creep while he.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's mediocre
Before
with the
before
kids.
children? Bitch,
She's
where my
mediocre
kids?
with the
What
kids.
are you doing?
Yeah. And then messing it up for the next woman coming along.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Yeah,
need to be
yeah,
healed.
He's
and,
gonna
you
need
know,
to be healed. Yeah.
because she wanna, if
Yeah.
you don't wanna be, just go on about your business. But see, she needs him to pay them bills.
She
See?
need him. That's what I said.
Convenience.
That's what
The
I said. I
leisure.
said she needs
The
because he's
convenience
faithful.
factor.
Right.
He's faithful to the
The
family.
leisure.
He's faithful to them kids. He's
He
faithful to
taking
work.
care of home.
Exactly.
And she ain't doing nothing. She got the audacity to go out.
Yeah, that right there. That
I hate that shit right
yeah,
there.
that pisses me
straight
off.
foul.
I don't hit
That's
women.
straight foul.
I might beat her ass that day. You know what I'm saying?
Just choke her up.
You know,
Just choke her a
choke
little
her
slap.
or something.
I'm
I
not
do
condoning
not
that, people.
condone-
We're
Yeah,
not
exactly.
condoning that.
I'm about to say.
Because, we might
Listen,
have a lot of
not
little
condone
comments
that,
under
but
there
yeah.
for
And I was
that.
about to say what I do.
Not condone that.
I'm leaving.
Yeah. I mean, that
I'm
was
leaving
That's
your
what we was
ass.
talking about. Bye-bye.
I'm leaving you.
They see, but some men be scared to leave because they think about his children.
Yeah.
And I deal with that. I
Yeah.
dealt with that, and I think I probably left prematurely. And ultimately, I'm seeing what it's done to me, but I've grown regardless.
But
Right,
then
right.
you got to think about the guy said that she's mediocre with the children.
Yeah.
So she's not even a good parent
She's not even a good parent.
to the children. So at that point, you take your children.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what he's
You
working
know,
on. That's what he
That-
said he's
that's
Take
working
your
on.
children.
That's what he has to do.
Yeah.
You
That's
have
what
to,
he has
because
to do.
you
She's
can't
a
even
living
trust
cancer.
her.
Because
Say that
his-
again, sir.
She's a living cancer.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
she's toxic to them children
Yeah.
because
Yes.
ultimately children are more influenced by mom
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah.
of the way it's been set up.
And
I
children
mean,
are
you know,
sponges. They
Yes.
gonna grow up saying, "Well, Mama did this on Daddy, and you know it was cool." You know, it's
Exactly.
fucking up the line, man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate that shit too.
Yeah.
And
It
the
was like
fact-
that. We have to be better. I'm not a parent, but y'all gotta be better parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if I was a parent. First of all, I don't creep around anyway because that's not my cup of tea. I'm a cancer. I'm a little nigga.
Oh yeah.
I'm a one man. I've never cheated on none of my girlfriends.
One
None
and
of that
done.
shit.
What about
Had
you?
temptations, passed them up. You know what I'm saying? She could have been cheating on me. I still passed the bitch up. You know, like, I mean, we're finding out later on, of course. But you know, my faithfulness runs hard. And if I got children with you, I'm with you. I'm not thinking about no other woman, none of that shit. Like, and you should be on the same page as me. And then not only for ourselves, to set an example for our children.
Yes.
They need to grow up with like, well, I had both of my parents. My parents went to work. My parents stayed together. They might have fight and argued every day, but they loved each other at the end of the day. We don't have that no more.
Right.
Not at all. It was
The other thing about that too, I have to dissect that because the children will grow up, and even if they have daughters, to think, that like you said, it's
Like
a
it's
cancer,
like this, yeah.
and the daughter might grow up. Oh well, I don't want to work. Mama never worked.
Right.
I want this man to take care of me. That's not showing. And then if she's not taking care of the household either, that's not setting a good example.
That's definitely
You
where
know.
that's definitely where the
exposing them
mentality.
already, like
Yes.
sponges.
That's definitely where the mentality. Real ass bitch give a fuck about a nigga come from.
Yeah.
And that's fun. It's fun to turn up to it because of the song, but
But they're not
mentally
good
you
examples.
gotta
You
know
got- yes.
the difference between entertainment and real life.
And see,
Yeah.
a lot of girls are growing up thinking that, the whole city girls is, is raising them in the
Yeah.
party bees because mama's still out doing this at the club. And,
Mama came in from the club last night, turned up,
Yeah.
listening to Cardi B.
yeah.
Okay, now,
city
now,
girl.
now, let's get back to the kids real quick.
Okay.
Just briefly.
Okay.
From the time a kid is born,
Okay.
this is an amazing revelation. By the time a kid is born, when the baby get out, smack, don't do that no more. Time to eat, baby don't ask for no bottle. Baby go right to where that baby needs to go to and eat. As long as they growing up, they see and hear everything,
Absorb it like a
and
sponge.
they remember most of it
Yeah,
from a very early age.
yeah.
So all this stuff is going on inside the house, these toxic cancers, and this baby is absorbing all of it.
That's what I'm saying.
And their memory starts getting really, really developed about 2 or 3 years old.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're 8, 9. And now they're 18 and they got a kid.
Yeah.
Now they're 24 and they got 3 kids.
Yeah.
And now their kids are doing the same thing. And it's a vicious cycle
Mimicking what they see.
Yeah.
that's so toxic
so toxic.
that has become normalized.
Yeah. See, that's why I say we gotta be better. They gotta be better parents.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
And as
Pick your
adults,
better-
we
pick
should
your
know better.
partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since we don't, we're going to put this shout out. Don't underestimate your kids' intelligence.
Yeah.
They ain't slow as you think they are because they ain't saying nothing.
And the parents do know better, but
And
Yeah,
technology is
like,
better for them, so they learning more. They growing at a faster speed
oh,
than
yeah, spirit,
you
right?
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's just crazy,
It's
man. Like
Everything needs to be supervised.
The next generation is always going to be technically better and more inclined to be able to do more. However, if you're not nurturing that, if you're not nurturing that, then it's not going to be anything. It's
just gonna be
that tree will not grow.
cycle.
It's gonna stay that consistent living cancer
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
for generations to come.
Yeah. It ain't doing nothing but hurting us.
We have to break the cycle.
We
You know?
can.
That's what I'm saying.
We have to break the
And
cycle.
we're making
People need to
strides.
choose better partners, and people need to
Oh,
be
my goodness.
better parents.
I feel like we're making strides, and it's probably resonating more than we know.
Yeah.
Like with my daughter in particular, it's just been overwhelming for me. You know, I've never been the father of a 14-year-old little girl before.
Right.
You know, my mother can't even be my go-to because she's never been the mother of a 14-year-old little girl before. My grandmother, yeah. And my grandmother, you know, she doesn't have the mental capacity that she once had, so she can't even go back to remember the time when she had a 14-year-old little girl.
Right.
I will say that I am definitely breaking generational curses.
Okay.
I am defying gravity nonetheless. I never signed up to be a baby daddy. I didn't. But that was the way the cards were dealt. So I'm just trying to be the best baby daddy that I
That's
can
all
be.
can do,
You know,
Father.
you know, I take it as it comes. You know, that's the label nowadays. So let me be the best. Let me be a highlight of that. Let me be what makes that look good. Let me make baby daddy
And then at
ism
that point,
cool.
Reg, that's all you can do.
You know, it's
all you
tough,
can
man.
do.
You know, and mentally,
It is.
I was going to him for help, and I was able to help him. You know, I've reached this point where like everything has become overwhelming on being a father, and I was trying to nurture a relationship with the woman, and I wasn't progressing. So I'm trying to nurture a relationship, not progressing. I'm taking steps back because if you got the world around you labeling you a angry person or saying that you like to argue, and you care enough to want to change the perception of what people are seeing you as, that's overwhelming. That can be overwhelming if you saying, hey, I'm a different person, but the world's saying, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not. And
Yes,
the world
that's-
around you is trying to continue to bring you back to the old person that you were. That can be overwhelming.
It can.
I had to say my prayers. And one thing I learned from a brother when I was locked up is that you got to take them things out your backpack to make your journey a lot lighter. You know, and it's not making you weak. It's actually, you've already held them things, so you're already strong from holding them burdens. But to make your journey better and to make your vision more clear, that 2020 vision, you have to take certain things out of your backpack that are unnecessary to make it,
Bag that he threw.
you know, to
Yeah.
make it,
Yeah.
So that's what I've done. Those are the strides I've made. I do believe that the things that I've tried to instill in my daughter since I've been there, since day one, I've been there in Sacrifice Life since day one. I think ultimately they will resonate because at one point in time, my mom didn't know that everything that she was teaching me and all of the things that you've taught me were gonna resonate. We're
Yes.
gonna come to fruition. I'm about to be 35 this year, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm on my shit. I'm on my shit, man. You know, I know where I'm at. I know where I want to be. I know that I can go anywhere that I want to.
Right.
I know how to manifest. I know what the importance of manifesting. I know that I'm a leader in my community, whether I want to be or not, simply because everybody needs someone to look up to.
There you go.
The responsibility of being an adult and so many youth up under you. I'm on my shit, but I'm just one person, and ultimately trying to affect a whole bunch of people in a positive way.
Stand true to you.
Hey man, true story.
yeah.
Stand true to you.
Hey man, true story.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well,
So Dr. Ross, what is people, a lot of times people think getting counseling or something is so expensive. I remember when I told you, I said I got insurance, and it was low-key a joke, but actually I was happy to say, yeah, I got insurance, and my hard work is able to afford me some help, and I
Yes.
want some help. So
I'm still waiting.
so where we going
It's
to get
coming.
help? Where we going to get help?
it's coming. But
You know,
how do we
I
get
will
help?
tell you, a lot of people are focused on the price. And you said this, and I almost wanted to jump off this stool. If you're passionate about what you do, I can't tell you how many free sessions I do because it's my purpose.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm going to be blessed by seeing people for free, whatever it takes. There are a lot of services out here that see people for free. But I will tell you, you can call me you can email me at the Healing Corner KC. You can find me on Facebook. I'm also offering, see, I had to plug myself.
Look,
6
yeah.
sessions for $150.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
Six for a pair of J's.
Okay.
6 sessions for a
For
pair
those
of
of you
J's.
that do have a little change, I worked in a barber shop for 8 years. Shout out to Joey Cuts Barber Salon. It's now 18 OV.
Shout out to Joy Cuts.
But you know, a lot of people in the industry do not have health insurance. So you know, I cater to a lot of those people who don't have health insurance. I do know that I will be blessed. So I'm not out here trying to rob people, but I still have bills to pay. But you know,
Exactly.
I'm always going to be blessed.
So 6 sessions, and
For
my mom is
$150.
right. My mom is dealing with some things. You know, it's overwhelming trying to take care of her mother. You know, after the mother actually turns into the parent, and
Oh, yeah, that's
if you've
very
been through it, you know
stressful.
what I'm talking about. But what I was telling her is 6 sessions for 150. I don't know how the doctor break that down, but if you want to take 2 and I take 2 and then Shania can take 2, or if I
gonna
take
break
one,
it up?
one, I don't know. I was gonna see what the doctor do. Household, and there's 5 people in it, and everybody want their own individual. Do you break it down like that, doctor?
You know
Will you break
what?
it down?
I will do whatever it is that's needed to help my people out
Say
here.
less.
See?
So,
Say
and
less,
then, you know,
That's what
if
it's
you
about.
don't have Facebook, it's 816-226-7092, or you can email me at thehealingcornerkc@gmail.com.
One more
Okay.
time.
Make sure to blow that up in the caption.
One more time.
One more
We're gonna put
time.
that- one more time.
though.
816-226-7092, or you can email me at thehealingcornerkc@gmail.com. I will work it out for you. You know.
One
Don't
thing
be
I want to say.
ashamed.
One thing I want to say about Mr. McKay. I noticed that everybody don't understand the way that you presented it. You know, so I'm gonna break it down simply for those who may not understand. What Mr. McKay does is he works with troubled youth, juvenile to adult, young adult
24.
to 24. You've been to jail. You've been on probation and parole. You're looking for something better. Reach out to this man. He's going to put you in a position to do something different. He's going to put you in a position to change your mind frame so you can be a better person after jail. Jail does not have to be the end all to our situations
Right.
out here, you know.
Right.
A lot of times when you come home, you're looking for resources. You're looking for something different outside of that. You need to reach out to him. Mothers who need a figure, somebody to talk to that knucklehead and reach him. Reach out to him. That's what he do. He's a specialist in that.
You can reach me at Mckay, RMCKAY39 @hotmail.com. Just put a tagline, help.
Okay.
Okay?
One more time, please.
RMCKAY39 @hotmail.com. Tagline, help. Okay? I will respond back to you as soon as I see it, but usually within 2 hours I'm going to see it anyway. I'm going to pull it out of the junk folder, put it in the inbox, leave your contact information, and let me get back with you. Let me say this before I finish, though. I'm in the middle of finishing up a PhD program that's extremely extensive.
It is.
I'm on chapter 3 of chapter 5. Okay? When I get through chapter 3, whew, I'll be in a much better place with much more time.
Yeah.
But I'm going to respond to you. I'm going to respond to your situation, I promise you. Telephone number 773-952-1224. 773-952-1224. Peace and God bless y'all.
And like with Mr. McKay, I'll break it down even a little bit more for you. He's like a Dr. Umar, but dope, with that integrity. The thing I told y'all is I'm about integrity. So I know a lot of people question the integrity of Dr. Umar. I don't. And I think y'all need to wake up. That's a whole nother discussion. But there's people out here who have our best interests at heart. You have to do your part and step out and believe in it. Believe that not everybody is bad. Believe that there are people out here who are willing to help, and go ahead and get the help that is here. We did this specifically for you all. You have a doctor here who is willing to listen and dissect your problems for you.
It's also a special request.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted us to talk about mental health.
Hey, well, shout
Yeah,
out. We
y'all got your
plugging what y'all
episode.
want.
Got
We
your
plugging what y'all
episode.
want. You got a mentor here. You got a guy who is a pillar in the community. You got somebody who is fully vested in the well-being of the youth. Mothers,
your children,
single mothers, single fathers, mothers and fathers who just work too much and need a spiritual guidance. Talk to one of these people, either or both.
Right.
You know, get you some mixing. I did this for a reason.
Give you some help.
I did this
You
for a
can
reason.
do a little mentoring, won't you?
Only thing I want to talk to y'all about, only thing I care to talk to the people about at this point is conflict resolution. That's
Okay.
where that's my passion.
That's needed.
Conflict resolution is gonna be my passion going forward. Y'all need a hug. Y'all need a Coke and a smile.
I
A
end every session
Gatorade.
with a hug. People need a hug.
Yeah.
And I'm working on my affection.
Yeah.
You need to talk to somebody.
This was dope.
That's what it
This
is.
was dope,
That's
man.
what
I
it is.
really
That's
can
right.
appreciate both of y'all for coming out.
Man,
Thanks for
Um,
having me.
Yeah,
Thanks for
Reminded
having me.
you-
I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we appreciate both of y'all.
Anytime, anytime
Yeah,
y'all want to
we
come
got
drop
an
some
open door
knowledge.
policy
I'll
around
come
here.
Yeah,
Feel free
yeah.
to drop by anytime.
This was a pleasure.
Yeah,
Well,
for
with
real,
that
like
being said, follow us all social media platforms. Blue Line Studios. Follow me all social media platforms. Fetty Reggie.
Yes, sir.
Be on the lookout for new pages and updates from your boy Steve.
Yeah,
Mr. Fisher.
Mr. Fisher page
Hey,
is coming soon.
it's coming.
The Facebook will be up tonight after I get
So y'all go ahead and
Just
migrate
like
over
it,
to his
huh?
new page.
Well,
You
I
know,
went
support the
with my original
movement.
name.
Support the movie.
There you go.
Please subscribe.
Please
Please,
subscribe.
please,
Please
subscribe.
subscribe.
That is how
Yeah.
we're making these moves that we're
That's
trying to
what I'm
make.
saying.
We need y'all to
Make fun
subscribe.
of y'all.
We need you to tell somebody.
Uh-huh.
Be on the lookout for the movie because it is now officially ready for Amazon Prime. So we will be on Amazon. Be on the lookout for the Golden
That's
Gloves
what I'm talking
movie.
about.
Yeah.
We are
Y'all
making
better do
strides in this
Yeah,
first
that's
month
right.
of New York of
We got-
2020. We got a lot of shit lined up for this first quarter.
Yep.
I'm your boy
Coming
Fetty Reggie.
live. And we got the YouTube series coming. We got a lot of stuff going. Also,
Man.
we got to thank Collective X as always.
Always.
For
All right.
letting us use their establishment.
We appreciate
you know,
you.
They appreciate us. We appreciate them.
Yes.
With that being said, I'm your boy, Mr. Fisher.
Fetty Reggie.
We got Miss Ross
Robert McKay.
and Robert
Mr.
McKay.
McKay.
Mr. McKay.
And we signing out.
signing out.
Love
See
y'all.
y'all later, man.
100.
Peace.